y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Here today we are talking about money matters. I am Charisma with Traveling Charisma Cam, where I teach you how to travel with your kids on a budget and have fun while doing it. But I'm doing it from the single mom's version, and as most of you all know, my son has special needs and a disability. So today I want to follow up on you about money, making money to travel. So if you look back at my last video, you would know that I am looking at increasing my real estate portfolio. So currently what I have in my portfolio, and let me give you a disclaimer. Okay, I hurt my shoulder. I have a video about how I hurt my shoulder, and I've been dealing with the doctors and physical therapists here in the Dominican Republic for the last 3 months. So I finally got my shoulder taped up, y'all. It took 3 months and 3 therapists later, but that's what you're seeing here. Anyway, so I digress. So I need to bump up my real estate portfolio. Currently in my portfolio, I have a rental property in the state of Georgia, and I have interest in another property, a commercial property in Atlanta, and I have interest in 2 properties in Alabama, a apartment complex and a duplex. So right now my money maker is my rental property in Georgia, and the other ones more are long-term holds. So right now those are not really making a whole lot of income, but over the next couple of years there'll start to be a lot of income, and I'm really looking at, when I leave this world, my kids will really be set with the amount of money that they're receiving from some of these investments that I'm making. So today, this video is going to take you into current investments. So I want to tell you a little bit about the markets that I'm looking at and why I'm looking at those and the process. So right now I'm actually looking at two different properties. So I don't have a primary residence right now. I technically stay with my mom. So I do not have a primary residence. So if I find a residence that is a 4-unit or less, basically if it's a single family home or if it's a multifamily, whether that's a duplex or a quad, I can get a primary loan and use that as my primary home. And still I could, if I did a quad, which is 4 units, I could rent out the other 3 units, Airbnb the 1 unit when I'm not home, and stay in it when I am home. So I do have options there. So if you don't have a primary residence, or if you're an apartment or you're renting, please know that, your first rental property can be a primary residence. Well, why does it make a difference that I do a primary residence? So a primary residence means that you're going to qualify for a much lower interest rate. On a primary residence, if you qualify for FHA, then you can get that at 3%. You may be able to do a conventional at 5%. There's first-time home buyer loans. And, now that the market is beginning to turn, because we are seeing some turns in the market, it's quite possible that you will be able to utilize these loans a little bit more than you could this last year, because the market has been so competitive. The rates have gone up so much that FHA just takes too long to close. By the time you close an FHA loan, in maybe up to 40-45 days, even though they say you can close in 30, but sellers just don't want to deal with FHA. They want cash or they want conventional. So that 3 to 5% is going to be important. If you have a home buyer assistance that helps you with your deposit or your closing costs, those can take a little more extra time, and a lot of sellers were not wanting to deal with that. But we're starting to see a turn in the market. So right now we're seeing that rates are starting to drop. They're not dropping, not rates. Home pricing is starting to drop. They're not dropping significantly, but we are seeing they're dropping. Rates are going up. That's what's making a big difference. Interest rates are going up. They're going up to like 4%, whereas before they were at around 2%. So we're seeing that jump there. So people that could qualify for loans may not be able to qualify because they can't afford that jump in that interest rate. Another thing we're seeing is that a lot of these houses are going under contract, but those contracts, they're not going through. So then what's happening is they have to put them back on the market, or they, you may have been the second highest bid, and their realtor's calling like, "Wait, are you still interested in this house?" And it's like, "Yeah, but I want it at this price." Or you may go along with the price that you offered. So that's the other thing. This is what I personally have been waiting on, the turn of the market. So now that the market is starting to turn, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm ready. I got my money I saved up, so I'm ready. I got my 5-10%. Now for me, depending on what I do, if I go residential, as this is my own property, that may cost me only 3 to 10% down. Or if I go investment property, where this is strictly an investment property, I know I'll never step foot in it, which may cost me 10 to 20% down, depending on how I go. There's different ways that you can go conventional, FHA, you could do hard money, but I'm not going to get into all of that on this video. So what I want to do is today I want to tell you a little bit about what I am doing. So I'm looking at some different markets. When you look at markets, when you're investing long distance, you really have to go by comparisons. You have to do your research, go on the city data website. You can go on like Bigger Pockets website. And there is a YouTube from Bigger Pockets where they discuss how to invest long distance, and they also discuss in how to invest in multifamily properties. So if you want to go very detailed on those things, that would be the way to go. They also have books written on that as well, and I'm a huge Bigger Pockets fan. So what I did was I started looking at different areas. I'm actually looking in Ohio, I am looking in Florida, and I'm still looking in Georgia. And just comparing those. For me, in Ohio, the rates are low, the home prices are low, but the rents are low. So it's something that it's kind of like my Alabama property. Right now, Alabama is not making me a whole lot of money, but over the long term, there is definitely growth there. I know that they're getting ready to build a water park there. So these are things that I look at when I make investments. What's coming to this area? In Ohio, what they're starting to see is that more people are starting to move there. It is a slow process, but they're seeing the increase. So these are the places that if you can hold, then you can invest. So I'm actually looking at a property there that's a mixed-use property. Mixed-use property means that it is residential and it is commercial. So this would mean that I would have to get a loan through a commercial lender, or I can do hard money. Hard money, it's kind of like I give you your money quick and you pay me a lot. So you want to get in and out with hard money. So I don't really want y'all to really focus too much on hard money right now. So I'm looking at one that's a mixture. That one will actually not gross me very much a month. With the 3 tenants that's currently in it. But if I can get the commercial part rented as well, and I can do some cosmetic, and by cosmetic, let me spruce up the bathroom and make that look nicer. Let me replace some of these, change out the fans, and the light fixtures, go in the kitchen and put down some new countertops, change the paint. I saw that there was wallpaper in there. Let's take out the wallpaper. The thing with this property is I actually saw some leaks on the ceiling. So that is one big thing that I have to be careful of is, am I going to need to replace this roof? Now, that's not a deal breaker for me because a roof, it's really not that expensive, maybe like $7,000. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not a whole lot in renovations. And those numbers may be off depending on, what's going on in the market and how things are going. But a roof repair is not a make or break, but it is something that I want to know because I want to put that in my rehab costs. I also want to make sure that the foundation is good. I don't do foundation issues. I'm a new rehabber. Like I can do cosmetic, but doing a full rehab is new for me. So foundation issues, I'm gonna leave that to the professionals because you all know, I don't live in Ohio and I don't plan on living in Ohio. I may catch a flight, go see my property, but I'm not planning on moving there. So I'm gonna have somebody else doing all of these things. So I'm not trying to get into all of that. So this is a property that I am looking at. I have not put an offer in on it because I do need to get approved with a commercial lender, and I don't know the area too much, so I'm still doing my research. I do know that properties are sitting, so I'm taking a gamble on whether this property will sit or not. I'm also considering offering owner financing if I see this property sits. Owner financing is basically where the person you're buying from is the bank. You don't do 30 years with them. You may do 5 or 10 years and you pay it off in that amount of time. You pay them a deposit and you pay them monthly for it. They get money every month. I don't have to pay these high interest rates. So that's another way that you can look at purchasing a property, owner financing. So that's that property. I have another property in the metro Atlanta area. I actually just put a bid in on. I went in lower, so it is very possible that I won't get this property, but my grandmother always told me what's for Caesar, Caesar will get, so it is what it is. I know that this is in a very good area because, as you all know, I'm from metro Atlanta. I know it's in a very good area. It definitely needs rehab. This will be a major renovation project for me. It would be considered my primary residence because it's not so bad that if I wanted to stay there while I'm back in metro Atlanta, I really could, and I could renovate it from the inside out. However, this is going to need some major renovations. I will actually, for this property, look at either expanding the bedroom or making a master bedroom. It is a 3-1, so let me tell you that. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and it's less than 1,000 square feet. So I want to make it larger. The average house in that area is around 1,200 to 1,300 square feet. So I definitely want to make that property larger. So I'll probably make a master bedroom with a master bathroom. Depending on the sizing of the rooms, I may leave those or I may make them a little bit bigger. The bathroom, it looks like they actually started trying to spruce it up a little bit. And the kitchen, I need to pull up some of the flooring. And y'all, the living room still has wood walls. Like, ooh, Jesus, talk about dated. So, if I go under contract with this house, I will show you all some pictures. So let's wait and see. I got my offer in though, so I'm, pretty, I don't know that I'm confident because you never know what's going to happen in this market. However, I did go under. I went under 20,000. I did do a 21-day closing, which is less than 30 days, which would beat out someone with conventional loan, because I can I can look at cash, I can look at hard money. I'll probably do hard money. Hard money will require me to pay 20%, but like I said, they can give me the property they can give me the money quicker, so I can close in even 2 weeks if I wanted to. But I don't want to because I want to get an inspector out there. An inspector is going to run me $500. If the inspector finds something horrific and I decide I don't want this property, I lose $500. However, what I don't lose is over $100,000. So inspections are very important. Contractor, I'm going to get a contractor out there within my due diligence period, the first 5 days. So during that time, I'm going to get my inspector out there. I'm going to get my contractor out there to see how much will these renovations cost. I'm not there. Like, I can't see this property. I am depending on someone else to take a look at this property for me and give me some answers. I know I'm going to need to do landscaping. I'm going to need to put a new fence if I want to put a fence at all. So this will be a major project for me. It'll still be over a month before I'm back in Atlanta. So I will need them to start on this prior to me getting there. So I'm very excited to see if my offer is accepted. If it's not accepted, then I'm going to keep it moving. What's for Caesar, Caesar will get. So I'm just going to keep it moving. I've also been looking, like I said, in Florida, in the Orlando area. I really love the Orlando area, but then I think it's not even near water. So if I came back, I don't really know that I would want to stay in Orlando. So I'm still also looking in a lot of the Florida area. I have to say, compared to Metro Atlanta, Florida is looking so great right now with the rates. I don't think I want to return to Metro Atlanta to live permanently. Well, y'all, I don't know where I want to live permanently, but I think I really want to. I'm thinking about Florida, maybe even California. I do want to be near some water. So I am looking at some other areas. Oh, and I need to be near a major airport. But when I look at these, I am only looking at duplexes and above, because if I come, I still want to rent out my other side, and make money off of that, pay the mortgage and pay myself off of that. And in my area, I'll Airbnb or do short term rentals until I'm there, because there's no need in me just leaving the area empty. So these are things that I'm doing to ensure that I have more income, because like I told you all, I will be leaving my job and I will need more income. My goal before I leave, I back out, is to make an additional $1,500 plus a month. So to make money, you got to spend money. So there's ways to make the money. You can ask some family members. We call that private money. You can apply for some early first-time home buyer programs. They'll pay your down payment. And don't forget, I said anything from 1 to 4 units is still considered a primary residence. So you get 1 to 4 units. You can rent out those other areas, whether you decide, as long as you keep one for yourself as your primary residence, you can rent out those other units. So y'all, get on it. You want to travel? There are ways to do it. If you just need to make more money, there are ways to do it. I'm giving you some of the secrets and some of the tools. All right, make sure you follow me, you like and subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, and what you thought about this video. Ciao.